Hello and welcome to the Digital Coaching Lifestyle Program. In this short video, we'll be doing a quick overview of your client dashboard. Now there will be two other videos after this that will dive into the specific areas with more details. So let's get started. Now when you join the Digital Coaching Lifestyle Program, you do receive an email that will give you an invitation for your client dashboard, which is hosted on Notion. So if you're not familiar with Notion, you're about to get to. Now, when you do click on the link, if you already have a Notion account, it'll just bring you to that. If not, it'll prompt you to go ahead and create an account. And keep in mind, Notion is free. As always, you know the premise of my program is to help you build your business without spending any additional investments on your operational costs. So once you set up your account or once you access your account and you click onto your client dashboard, you'll land on something that will look similar to this. Okay, it will have your name here for this training. I just have my name here, but you basically have a welcome page. It'll give you a quick just greeting here. Good afternoon, the date, the time, and your name. Now the first thing you want to do is just click the drop down menu on my client dashboard, and you're presented with a few options. Now keep in mind, when I designed this dashboard, I wanted to make sure that it was a place that was simple, um, clean, um, somewhere that was calm, that can kind of give you an environment where you can be productive and not be distracted. So I didn't want a lot of information immediately right at your face. So you'll notice throughout the dashboard there's a lot of sections that have drop down menus where you can get more information and then just quickly tuck it away. So for instance, when you start off, you go to your client dashboard, you're presented with a few options. So the first thing you want to do is just click on the view. And from the view, it'll just give you a quick description of your dashboard, what it's all about. And it'll also talk about a space that I created specifically just for you. Okay, now what the space is a workspace that I created that gives you a ton of tools that will help you with your social media management or any of your digital business assets. Whatever your digital business is, this tool will definitely help you out. But let's start off with this. You go to view and you get a little greeting, talks a little bit about your dashboard, and then you have a couple of options. You have your user guide, and when you click on that, you're presented with your user guide. So you have a quick reference user guide, which a couple of steps just to give you a quick reference on how to use this client dashboard. And then you also have video guides if you prefer videos, and videos like this one here will be hosted in that section. Okay, so let's step back. Now when you want to go back a page in Notion, you can simply just click on the page title prior to the one that you're at, or just hit the back button here. Okay, now from this main view, you also have the option for your toolbox. Okay, so let's click on the toolbox, and what you'll get here is all the tools that you need regarding your program. Okay, and also you'll get all of your coaching sessions. So every session that we've had, all of them are recorded here. Your tools and templates, as I've mentioned, and then any training videos that are relevant to your program. Okay, so let's back up. And then there's a section called My Database, and in brackets it says do not use, so please do not use it. It's basically where I host all of your data so that I can gather it for reports and for your progress reports as well. Okay, now the other options you have here is your onboarding form. And what that is basically I embedded this form in here, and it'll just ask you a series of questions, and it is mandatory, but it will ask you a series of questions about getting started on the program. So for instance, let's start off with some details. I'll put my name, put in my email address. Let's just, oh, it doesn't look right. That's right, yeah, because okay. And then it'll start asking you for details about your social profiles. I'll ask you for a list for your morning routines and for your evening routines. And basically what it is, it's your onboarding form, because I take that information and then I build it into this dashboard for you. I personalize it based on our discussions, right? On top of the onboarding form, you also get a feedback form. As always, when you are providing some sort of service or products out there, you always want to gather feedback from your end users, customers, clients, whoever it is that's using it. And that way, it'll help you refine and turn your business into the better direction, right? So I just put in a feedback form here, pretty straightforward, takes a couple minutes, put in your names and what have you, and they'll just ask you some feedback about the program, this dashboard, and how things are progressing, okay? And then last, underneath the view bar is your book a call. So obviously, I meet with my clients on a regular basis, whether it's a a weekly coaching call or bi-monthly or a monthly coaching call. So I just want to put a placeholder where you can book a call with me, and it's nice and accessible right here in your dashboard without you having to go back to your emails or go to your calendar. A simple button here just to click, and you'll go ahead and book that call. Okay. Now the next section I want to talk about is the good morning section. And again, the way I've built this dashboard is to keep it simple and not only focusing on your success within my program, but also, success in your life and all other aspects of your life, right? So I want you to take this dashboard step by step by going down the sections from top down. And if you are already currently enrolled into my program, you know very much so that I'd rather and I prefer that you focus on a morning routine before you dive into actual work. Okay. So the first section is going to be good morning, and here you're presented with a couple of options. You have your plugin, okay, and with the plugin, you have your quote of the day, your morning routine, which is something that both you and I have already established, and if not, that would have been captured right here in the onboarding form. It's one of the questions I ask about your routine if you haven't completed it. And then I will build it in here so that you have a reminder of what your morning routine is and some nice visualizations first thing in the morning, right? I give you 3 options. And this is just, with every section, there's always going to be a plugin. And as when you get into your client dashboard, you'll notice that the rules or the instructions in there will say, if there are plugins, please start off with that. It's just a good way to kind of plug in to get started with each section before you get going, right? So you have your plugin here, we're ready. Now we can do our self-care. And you're presented with 2 options, your affirmations or your goals. You can either click on the title or the actual link on the bottom. Doesn't matter, it'll bring you to the same place. And here's your board. You're presented with your affirmation board and your vision board. With your affirmation board, I've already built 3 categories. You can add more, of course. And I've already added some examples here with some room here, so obviously for you to add your own, right? Just to give you an example of how this looks like. And this is your affirmation board. Good things to say on a daily basis. And if you need any instructions or any more information about it, you can always hit the view menu. Most sections will have that, just explaining a little bit about it and how to use it. That's your affirmation board. And then now let's move on to your vision board. And what you're presented here, I've just built in, or I've just added 2 vision boards here that I found online, just to give my clients some examples. And they can definitely delete and add their own, and some information about the vision boards right here. And let's just back up. And then the other thing you have here is your goals, right? And this is just jotting down your goals. You notice you have a plugin, so click on the plugin. And one thing you'll notice throughout the dashboard, you'll notice that there's a bit of a Zen theme, a bit of a anime theme. You'll notice that quite a bit here. And with your plugin, this time you have a bit of music, and that's something I love as well. I always have music playing in the background, what have you. You have the time and the dates, and this time I just put a little tracker of your water, plus, minus, whatever you want, or hit reset. Okay, and then when you actually do your goals, I've just built 6 categories. Obviously, you can add your own, self, family, knowledge, whatever. And I've also added some examples in here, just to kind of fill it in to give you, a head start on what you need to do here. And this would be your goals section. Okay, and let's back up here. And that covers the good morning. Oh, sorry, I forgot. One more section here is the meditation. And what that is, it'll give you a quick, it's a 5-minute breathing exercise that I do. And I just recorded it and I just hosted it somewhere. So if you need help with any meditation, you can click on this link, and it'll bring you to my 5-minute breathing meditation exercise. Okay, and that completes the morning section. Now for the other sections, those will be covered in the other videos. So I'll see you there.